Hello and welcome to the fifth episode of the RinkMasters podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Crew, and on the other side of the screen here is my co-host, Noah.
Hello.
And today, all right, and today we are very honored to have Prince George Spruce Kings star Corey Cunningham on with us today. Make sure you also like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And also, so you guys know, we do have an Instagram and a Twitter, so please go give us a follow. And so stay tuned for our interview with Corey, because first we have the Shotsies report. Noah, take it away.
All right. So this week, there was a report released by a group related to City Council that recommended that unless the province opens up into Phase 4, the rinks should stay closed until at least 2021 in Prince George if they want to recoup all their costs, and all the way to 2022 if they want to make it back fully. The important thing to remember with this news is Phase 4. This will impact all sports leagues in BC, meaning that it would not just affect Prince George and the Cougars or the Spruce Kings. An alternative plan the report proposed was to open only a few arenas in Prince George if they can keep the crowds down. Due to the fact that we're recording this episode on Friday, we do not yet have news on the City Council meeting, which took place on the 27th. However, we will be releasing other information on that as it comes out. And in Prince George hockey news, Josh Mazer just signed a one-year contract with the Iowa Wild of the AHL. Terms were not disclosed, but that is certainly really exciting if you're a Prince George hockey fan.
Thank you, Noah, for the news. And so now let's go on with this interview. So Corey, how have you been up to during quarantine? What have you been doing to keep in shape and prepare for this next season?
I'm working a steady job, working for my dad right now, delivering a pharmacy to people that can't make it to the pharmacies or are in danger of the COVID. I deliver it right to their door for them. I'm working out every day, five days a week before I go to work at X Conditioning. It's been really good. I've enjoyed it a lot. I've been going with my buddy Elijah, and we've been slaying it there.
Yeah, it's really good to hear. How have you and the team been doing with the uncertainty around the restart of the season or around the season starting up?
It's been tough. We made a group chat yesterday with all the guys. We're trying to get to know each other before the whole season. Hopefully it starts, but you never know, right? It's pretty exciting though, get to see some new faces, hopefully when that time comes around. And I feel like I already know quite a bit of the guys, so that's awesome.
That's great. Yeah, and so kind of just on that note, so it was released that there's a tentative date for the start of December. That's in quite a few months. So will there be a chance, do you think, to kind of meet up with some guys from the team, just more in small groups before then? Or do you have any idea what will happen with that?
Yeah, our coaching staff, they have it made out already. Everybody's supposed to be up by September. Maybe not the American guys, but hopefully everybody else. We're going to go through an extended training camp. So it's going to be like 2 or 3 months. We're just going to be in the gym, and we're going to have Zoom calls every day with our team, even with the American guys that probably won't be able to make it, but hopefully they do. And then that last month, November, before hopefully our season starts in December, we're going to be playing a lot of exhibition games. So I'm really looking forward to this season. Hopefully it shapes up.
Yeah, let's see. Hopefully things can get underway with COVID-19. So I'm going to be reaching back a little bit further in the past. But so you were at Vancouver Giants training camp a while ago. How was that experience?
Oh, it's crazy, man. Just being on the ice with those big 6'5" guys, it's just a whole nother experience. I was also pretty young, 15, 16, 17 when I was trying out for the Giants, and it's just a whole nother game going from midget to the junior level. And I think I learned a lot there, and it put me where I am now. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah. So on kind of that note, was it the Giants who got you to go to the Delta Hockey Academy, or did you have a big part in that decision?
It was my choice. They didn't say like we need you to come here. I was obviously on their prospect list, but I was golfing on vacation in a Soyuz, and my dad gave me a call and he said, you know, like this is a pretty good opportunity. Giants skills coach is going to be your head coach. We're willing to do it if you want to do it. And I said, I'll go anywhere to get the best development I can, and I think it really paid off.
Yeah, that's great. So you said that you were trying out with the Giants until 2017. After that, kind of, do the Giants no longer have your rights, or are you just fully a BCHL player, or how does that work exactly?
So the Giants or any WHL team in this regard, they can keep 50 players on their prospect list kind of thing. So I tried out for their team 2-3 times. Didn't have the best camp, and then I guess they didn't see anything in me. I'm not gonna say that, but they couldn't see me playing on their team kind of thing, so they dropped me to put somebody else on the roster when they found out that I was going to play for the Spruce Kings. And they any time they could just come back and say we want your rights, or any WHL team can claim your rights. But I like where I am right now. I love playing junior hockey in my hometown, and I'm very grateful for it for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, playing junior in your hometown is definitely a really great opportunity. And so it's really cool to see where when you first joined the Spruce Kings, you know, you were playing, you know, third, fourth line and you were getting that development in, but to see you make that huge jump in the next season to be a very prominent player on the Spruce Kings, what played into the progression of your development to help you get to, you know, where you're at now, where you're second in team goals and one of the rising stars in Prince George?
Yeah, no, definitely just going to the rink as a 16-year-old, just this little kid, right? And we made it both years that I played with those older guys, Brar, Mans, all those top players. We won a championship, and the year before that, we were one away from a championship, one series away. So I knew that I was getting on the ice with the best of the best in my league, and I think that really helped me out to where I am today for sure.
And I guess would you say that those like the Fred Page Cup run and then winning the Doyle, going to the National Junior Championships, with those tournaments and those experiences play a huge part in helping you gain the confidence to come into this next year and just be a leader in the locker room and on the ice?
Yeah, absolutely. I learned a lot. I got a pretty nice opportunity playing third line with Welshie and Vanderbilt, and I really owe a lot to my line mates. Watching the video, I wasn't the greatest player when I rewatched the games on the hockey TV and stuff, but they made me feel comfortable, and where I'm at today, I'm very happy with.
Yeah, so in the 2018-19 season, right, the Spruce Kings did win the Fred Page Cup and the Doyle Cup. And in those playoffs, you really exploded. And you were only 4 points off in 17 games, your entire point total for the whole season. So was there really something that changed for you?
I really got some confidence. I was a fourth line player for most of the year, regular season, and then a good buddy of mine is Lucas Van Roboys, and he came into our team. He played on Couchin, and he came to our team, and me, him, and Welshie, we just really mixed well together, and I kind of just got some confidence playing with those guys, and it just took off. I was really, really happy.
Yeah, I remember going to those games, watching the playoffs. Your guys' line was so much fun to watch. Definitely one of the more harder working lines, and just being a fan, feeling the atmosphere during those runs, especially through the Doyle. How did that feel as a player? Because I mean, that must have just been insane.
Yeah, there's definitely some nerves, but you got to get up for it. You got to be excited, and our team really lived up to those moments, and that's why I think we're so successful.
Yeah, that's really good. And again, right, like you guys played excellent this season. As a team, it was a little bit of a down year, but you really had a great season. You came second overall in point scoring for the Spruce Kings, and I believe you had the most goals. Do you hope to continue that trend and keep pushing on?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to be a leader this year. I want to show the other guys coming in what to expect and what the expectations are. Sorry, of our team. Like, we're a winning team. Last year it was really disappointing for us. Like, you got to take. We took your, there's your highs and lows, right?
Yeah.
And we learned a lot from last year. And I think we got most of the team coming back next year. So we're just going to put that in the next year. I think we're going to be a really good team.
And so heading into this next season, then going forward, where do you see yourself going? Is there is there any colleges on the table, or are you going to be pursuing a pro career? What's your, where are you at for that?
The goal for me is to get committed this year. I've talked with quite a few schools. None have been super serious. They haven't offered anything yet, but I'm really going to strive. I'm pushing really hard this summer to get the scholarship, and I want to win us a championship and then get out of here.
Yeah. Um, is there any college that you have really wanted to go to? Like, obviously, if you're really pushing for it, I assume you've done a bit of your own research on a program that you'd like to go to. Is there any that sticks out to you as one that would be good to go to?
Yeah, quite a few have reached out. I really like Eddie Olczyk. His dad he's the NHL announcer in the video games. So I
Yeah.
thought that I was talking to him the first time that he texted me. So I was like, yeah, I watched you and I played NHL 18 and I see you're the announcer at the start of my games. He's like, no, that's my dad. And then we just had a really good conversation, and he really showed me a lot about his school, and I'm pretty interested in going there. So I think that's my school. It's the Bemidji State Beavers.
That's really cool.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so I know we both kind of touched on this a little bit. You have 2 more seasons left that you can play with the Spruce Kings. Is there any specific goal you have set out for yourself beyond just making the team? Are there any like point goals that you're going for? Like, are you trying to hit a certain amount of points? Are you trying to be a leader in the locker room? Like, is there any specific goals that you have for yourself?
Yeah. For myself, I want to get 35 goals at least. I want to be a leader for sure. I want everybody on my team to look up to me as a leader, somebody they can trust in any moment. I want my coach to be always trustworthy of me. Like, he can trust me when I'm out on the ice to do whatever he wants to do, whether it's fight, score a goal, don't get scored on, like any situation. I want to be on the ice. So I hope that I can achieve that this year, and I think I'll be pretty successful if I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I know for me, I've had a bunch of confusion around this. As a young player looking to go to college or even go pro, there's a bunch of different hockey pathways. I know you went the BCHL route. Lots of people view the WHL or the CHL as the only option. For you, what has been really positive about the BCHL?
It's a fast league. There's not a lot of bigger guys. It's just quickness. You got to be quick. If you're slow, you can still succeed, but you got to be fast to get the most out of the league for sure. There's a lot of, I don't even know. There's a lot of different moments in our league that they wouldn't have in the WHL, whereas the WHL they'd have a lot more than in our league. Situations and stuff. There's a lot more fighting in the WHL, and ours. I like to say that junior hockey in the BCHL is more skilled and speed, and the WHL is more physical. But I think the route I took was for me for sure. Being a smaller guy, I consider myself to be fairly quick. I don't think I do the greatest against the big 6 foot tall guys that can skate. But I always wanted to get into the business and stuff, so I wanted to be a college commitment kind of kid, go to college and play hockey at the same time. So I think that's why I took my route.
Yeah, that's really cool. Was there ever an opportunity for you after leaving the Giants? Has there ever been an opportunity to go to a different WHL team, or was there any offers on the table in that way?
No, I was a bum, man. Nobody wanted me. Maglio kind of just, or our head coach Adam Maglio at the time, he reached out to me, and I've just been on the Spruce Kings ever since, and I've loved every minute of it. I couldn't have asked for anything more.
Yeah, it's good. The Spruce Kings, they're definitely a world-class organization, and just seeing what they do for their players and the community, nothing but the most respect for the organization that you guys have.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
All right. Well, Noah, do you have any more questions?
Yeah, I just had a quick one. What led you to come back to Prince George, right? Like, you were playing in Delta. Were you given a lot of options for where you want to go after then, or what happened with that?
It was so for me, I played Prince George minor hockey my whole career basically, and then I went down to Delta, got the experience of living away from home and being around my WHL team at the time. And then that year, it was either come back and play Caribou Cougars or play Delta U18 again or whatever. And I was at like a BCHL exposure camp, just like might as well try to go. You never know. Maybe a junior team will talk to me or something for the year after Caribou. And lucky enough, our Maglio was there, the head coach, and he said, "What are your plans this summer? This and that." And I was just talking with him. He was the only BCHL team that talked to me that weekend, and he said it was the next weekend after that Richmond Ice Oval exposure camp. It was the WHL camp. So he said, "What are you doing after Giants camp? This and that." And he's like, if it doesn't work out for you with the Giants, I hope it does. But if it doesn't, I'd love to see you play some exhibition games. So I was like, oh, like right on. That's awesome. Super excited for that. I get diced like 4 days into camp right away. And then I hit up Maglio right away, and I'm like, yeah, I got cut, man. Like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, like we're playing exhibition games next weekend in Grand Prairie. Hey, buddy. Sorry, my dog.
All good, man.
But yeah, he gave me the opportunity, and I was lucky enough to take a hold of it. Hey.
All right. Hey, your dog just wants some camera time, you know? She wants to be a part of things.
Sorry, boys.
No worries.
My brother's friend's getting picked up.
All good.
Well, it is happening at the Cunningham house, everybody.
All right. Yeah, that's all my questions, Tyler. If you have anything else, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you actually had the same question as me. So with that, thank you, Corey, for coming on today. It was really awesome to have you on for an interview, and best of luck to you and the boys for this upcoming season. And we really hope to have you on in the future for a follow-up.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Noah.
No, sorry, I was going to say, yeah, it was certainly great talking to you again, man. I know it's been a while, so yeah, it's been a while since road hockey and running off the street whenever a car came by. So
yeah, absolutely, those were the days, eh? Right across the street from me, brother.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. I had a great time. Enjoy the rest of your guys' day.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you too.
Take care.
See you, man.
Bye-bye.
With that, we conclude episode 5 of the RinkMasters podcast. Thank you to all of our fans for your continued support. It really means a lot to us. Now, next episode, we have a big interview coming up. So stay tuned to our Twitter and Instagram for the release on that. And also, we are releasing Krimsky's Corner this Thursday. So stay tuned for that on our social medias. Thank you all for tuning in to the RinkMasters podcast, where we do hockey Northern style.